that I am.
No. Hello, D&D friends, and welcome to me turning down the sound on my phone because that intro isn't playing. There we go. Welcome to episode 17 of Holy Rollerz, episode 5, Special Ops Combined today, the show about the Hallowed Council, leaders of an interfaith alliance of priests, and the last episode of our show before we officially begin Descent into Avernus next Monday, same time, 8:30 on January the 12th. So we are excited to do that. We will start now with some introductions. JT.
Hi, everybody. I'm JT. I play Anduriel, the recently not vampire warlock cleric of Naylock, and Naylock is the god of shadows and vengeance.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Lachlan. He is the bard paladin of Sindel, who's the goddess of love and truth.
Jeffrey.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure the order. I am Jeff. I play Gizik, the handsome half ogre, and I follow Sigrun, the hag mother, who cares for runes and souls.
Hey guys, I'm Ben. I play Morokan. He's the monk cleric of Hamina. She's the goddess of the sun and the moon and the stars, you know. The lights in the firmament.
Lulu.
Sorry, I was definitely around the other. Hi, I'm Lulu. I'm playing Lavender, the paladin of Vahara.
I am Scarlet Moth. Oh, was it Tommy first?
Or Scarlet, yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to, yep.
That's fine. Australians first. That's fine.
I'm Scarlet Moth. I'm playing Aelin, the warlock cleric of the Black Cloak.
Tommy.
I'm Tommy, and I play Odelia, who is a cleric of Moiris, the goddess of all things water, and also a wee bit barbarian.
Just a wee bit. And she lost her temper in our last episode, which will be brought up in this one at some point. And I am Sage of Sorcery, also known as Matt. I am your humble ginger dungeon master, and we are ready to begin. So we will start with a little recap of each stream. Last time on Holy Rollerz, Lachlan, Anduriel, Morokan, and Gizik traveled to the Feywild, to the realm of the Mournful Coasts, the Fey domain of the Archfey the Piper, the Duke of Dismay. After some advice from the Green Man, the party took a satyr's gondola to the Piper's revelry barge. On the way, they were stopped by Morokan's fiancée, the Siren Madrigal. She asked for the proper gift before allowing them to approach the revelry barge, and Lachlan responded by performing a song about death and lost love that was deemed acceptable. In their negotiations with the Piper, Anduriel was freed from both his red cap curse and the curse of vampirism. Lachlan received a magical song that will, at a future point, counteract the Piper's mesmerizing melody, saving the people of Horta from ruin when Navariel's plan comes to fruition. Lachlan also received the promise of an instrument crafted by the Piper's hand in a few days' time at the next full moon. In exchange, the Hallowed Council agreed to bring back to life Mad Luella, one of the Piper's adopted children, and Anduriel became the Piper's warlock. They also agreed to bring the Piper a mirror once owned by the goddess Sindel that retains a fragment of her divine power. Meanwhile, Lavender, Thora, Sister Fadaver, and Odelia all traveled to the town of East River, where they exposed a group of fake creatures trying to keep the entire town under the effects of a strange drug called Milfoil viburnum. Thora ascertained that the drug contained sentient plant ashes and that it prevented people from connecting to the divine power source. To make matters worse, Aelin frequently does. Aelin arrived with news from her coven that someone in Horta had constructed a solar insidiator, a device capable of dragging places on the prime material plane into the hells. More concerned with the drug, Lavender attempted to confiscate the tea they were passing the drug in, and she exposed the Fae, who attacked. Having lost the battle when Odelia lost her temper, the party chased the creatures through a portal, having no idea where the portal exited. And just for the sake of record, who ran through that portal first? That's what I thought.
Was I?
I'm pretty Aelin who ran through the portal, and Sister Faudever couldn't let Aelin run through it first, so she ran after her immediately, and then at that point, I'm pretty sure everyone else just ran, and yeah, and unfortunately, Lavender got knocked unconscious by a Fey glitter bomb. There were sparkles everywhere. It was crazy, and she was unconscious, and so the party stuffed Lavender in a bag of holding. And that is where she wound up. But they left her with a snack in her hand and a water skin and some lovely reading material about Bestera, Sister Faudever's goddess, and so she can be all comfy. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone left her with a light source, but that's okay.
Wait, but does make her natural conclusion is that she's in some kind of like re-education camp for Vestara?
That is entirely up to your character. I have no control over the way that your character interprets those experiences. So apologize for the internet connection. My internet is never great under the best of circumstances. Moving on. So Lachlan and Duriel Gizik in Moroccan. Illuminated by the light of the moon, the sinkhole in the windy quarter of Horta is an enormous black pit, perhaps a quarter of a mile wide, or maybe a little less, that begins where the cobblestone street begins to collapse into it. Some crude wooden barriers have been erected around the pit in order to block people from falling in by mistake. However, they are easily bypassed. A sturdy wooden staircase leads from one side of the pit down into the darkness.
Let's go. Gizik, lead the way.
I am pretty curious about that old staircase. Sure, let's go down.
Okay, so you're gonna make Gizik go down first?
Well, he has the best eyesight, or so I assume.
We wouldn't want to threaten Lachlan's mole, so maybe I should go first.
Okay, yeah, we wouldn't want him to cut the mole. That would, it would lead profuse. Okay.
Protect them all.
So, as you descend the staircase, it eventually just stops. Sinkhole surface concaves enough for you to begin kind of sliding down. And the hole soon develops into a cavern, which seems surprisingly sound for having been caused by a quake. It's almost as though some intelligent being wanted this area exposed. So you begin traveling down into this hole, and you come to the point where it is pitch black all around you. You do anything about that, or just continue on in the dark?
Is there anything I can ignite and create a light source with, like, my fire breath or something?
We've got 3 party members.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That sounds
you can light Lachlan, that's fine.
Doesn't Gizik know the cantrip light?
Nope.
How
about ghost?
Louise.
Ghost sound, would that help?
We're over here like, oh boy, I wish we had somebody in the party that worshipped the goddess of light. That would be great.
All right. Well, if you want, I can channel divinity. Everyone keep your distance, I guess.
I've got a lantern. We could try using that.
There it
Does
is.
anybody have any? Okay.
Intrepid
I believe
adventurers
one
all.
of you has a magic item that sheds light too. I don't know which one of you it might be, but it would be worth checking your magic items in the state of things.
I do not. Anyone? Bueller? Light?
Bueller.
What, does my brooch emit light?
I believe when you breathe fire on it, it does.
It does? I didn't know that was part of the deal with it. Okay, well, I guess I've got a chest light then. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And
I pick up my little brooch and so my brooch
Okay,
is
it gets
glowing
really
now.
dark. Orocon breathes fire onto himself, and all of a sudden, his brooch, his lovely old lady brooch, with the flower and the green rhinestones, lights up and gives off a very soft glow.
And here I
and
was
you find
thinking
yourself-
it was just gaudy.
No, it's functional too. Poinkets will love that.
Oh, it's
And
gaudy.
yeah, it's and not the good kind.
His bling is shining.
Hey, Anduriel.
Okay.
Anduriel, let me see your kukri for a sec.
My kukri? What do you want with my kukri, dragon?
Just hand it here for just a quick sec. I'll give it right back.
All right. So he hands over the kukri.
Okay. I cut my hand. I hand him back the kukri, and I put my hand right up to his face. Do you sense anything? Are you hungry? Is everything cool or?
No, but if you do want to cut yourself again, I'm happy to loan you my knife.
I give him a big hug.
Oh, okay. Thank you, dragon.
Yes, you're not a vampire anymore.
That's quite strange, but yes. I feel pretty good, actually.
Oh, light be praised.
All right. Well,
I no longer have to deal with undead anymore. Yes.
Hold on, I'm still Anduriel. I just don't drink blood anymore.
Well,
it's kind of funny, Anduriel, because you travel on with a very little bit of light for about 20 minutes. And as you walk, you're starting to feel your heartbeat racing and calming in your chest in unfamiliar ways. You're breathing hard, and you're actually feeling fatigue for the first time in a very long time. Your breathing becomes labored. My question is, do you try to hide it, or do you just kind of notice it? And
no, this is all very experiential. Like over 100 years he hasn't experienced this, so this is all going to be like, Lord, you're out of shape. Is this normal to be out of breath? Should my heart be beating like this? It's been a while.
Well, I'm in great shape.
Sure, yes. Yeah, fantastic. But really.
No, you're looking a little flabby. Yep.
Oh, for the love of Shadow.
No, I'm just teasing you, Anduriel. You look fine, but yes, you breathe from the gut. Breathe deep. Don't. You gotta get used to it again.
Anduriel breathes deeply. Oh, Gizik, stand over there, please.
Prestidigitation. I don't smell bad. Unless I want to.
Gizik's already like 20 feet away. Like, what do you want? I'm over here.
Is that me? Okay. Anyways, yes, feels great to be not a vampire.
Anduriel, in addition to the physiological changes, the presence of the new Fey powers loom within you like a song that is begging to be released. Strange arcane words and symbols fill your mind like someone else's memories are surfacing. And oddly enough, you feel your angelic blood and your holy powers surge within you at times in response to that presence. It's almost as though the two powers within you were warring for supremacy of one against the other. It's a very odd sensation. They're both equally accessible, but it's like water, it's like being next to the surf where you're not sure how far in the tide is going to come, and all of a sudden your feet are soaked. I mean, you're not having any accidents or anything like that, but it's very similar to that sensation. Okay. So you travel for about 20 minutes, and the cavern gets a little bit difficult to traverse. At times, it widens enough for you to ride an elephant through the cavern, and at other times, it narrows so much that you have to squeeze through the passage And so it's kind of a difficult and strange journey. And yet there's a very clearly marked way down through this cavern that is open for you to get through. And finally, the tunnel widens into a large cavern that is a couple miles wide and filled with stalactites and uneven collapses of stone mounds. The cavern renders the need for your light sources not necessary. The cavern itself seems to be lit by some kind of an artificial sun that is bathing a ruined city in very bright light, almost equal to sunlight. So you see this cavern and this miniature sun lighting the place up, and there's mist clinging the floor like fog that's flowing in between structures in this ruined city that you see.
Does this look familiar to me at all?
Nope.
I'm seeing a sun in there. Can I make like a religion check or something? Like, is there?
You absolutely can.
Okay. 18.
Okay. So, Moralcon, the study of light as a phenomenon is part of your religion. And at the Citadel of Perpetual Light, you received quite a bit of training in the different light spectrums and what the sources that can be provided by it. So, strangely enough, with that high of a roll, you can tell that this light source is very much not sunlight. You're having a difficult time determining what is generating the light. You think that the light source might come from the upper planes, from the Mount Celestia or something like that, but you can't really determine the source of it other than the fact that it's otherworldly.
Is it warm?
Yes, the light is warm.
Okay.
And when I say that it comes from the upper planes, it feels, to an extent, it feels like positive light.
But I don't feel anything nefarious or anything coming from this mini sun.
Not necessarily. But you're also not very close to it. It's kind of at the top in the center of the cavern. You'd need to get closer if you wanted to get a better look at it.
Yeah, I'd like to go get a better look at it.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to head down into the ruined city then.
Yep. Off I go.
As far as
All
the
right, Moralcon.
is there like a church-looking building or some sort of citadel, something that would? I mean, I'm looking for where this mirror might be.
Well, it's difficult to tell, but if you're looking for some kind of a large structure, there's some kind of a pyramid or ziggurat-looking structure in the center of the town.
Beneath this giant light?
Looks to be that way.
Okay, well, let's go to the ziggurat.
All right, so Moralcon, you're leading the way down into the mist. You have now hit the edge of the town and the mist. You cross in?
I'd like to make a perception check to make sure, like, to see if there's anything. This is just weird. Like, there's a sun under the city. There's mist everywhere.
As he pauses, I walk up next to him and just kind of give him a gentle shove. He's like, come on, we got to go in there. Staring at it's not going to make it any easier. Let's go. Nice stride.
Do you shove him? You shove him in the mist?
Well, like together. One-handed. I mean, I'm not like sitting. I'm not
So
going
you-
to bull rush him, but
You Okay, so Moralcon, he shoves you into the mist, and you take 12 dice 6 points of damage. At which point, everyone else knows to back. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, no, just kidding. Good move, Lachlan. Way to test that trap with a zombie. That's great. As you step into the mist, it is like walking through the looking glass. You step into the mist, and you emerge into a world of blue skies and a gaily decorated town pavilion of simple stone structures and stone columns. The town is bright. There are birds chirping and flying around. There are trees. There's a gentle breeze blowing. it is quite pleasant, but it's almost like you stepped onto another plane of existence or something.
If I take a step backward, do I go back to where we were?
No. You take a step backwards and it's just like walking down the street of the town, and you look off into the distance and you don't see a cavern, you see rolling hills. Lush, green, fertile. It's like spring.
Do I see the light or that ziggurat or anything?
You do. You do see the ziggurat still at the center, at the end of the columns, which is the map that I sent you, which is this bad boy. So you see the ziggurat, which is up here, and the columns have been decorated with ribbons and with silk bunting. I mean, this place is very festive. It reminds you quite a bit, actually, of the festival that is going on upstairs, the Festival of Green, except that on the surface, it's green decorations, and you see all different colors and different kinds of decorations. Flowers, little garland rings on people's doors. There's not much rhyme or reason to it. It's just beautiful decoration everywhere. And you also hear music. You hear music, laughter coming from that pavilion at the edge of the ziggurat.
Is there a big gathering up there? Can I see that far? Or?
Yeah, there are people up there. You don't see many people at the edge of the town where you are.
Does it look like Horta still?
No. The buildings here are far too simple. They're simple stone structures. If Odelia were here, she might tell you they look like possibly barbarian steadings.
Gizik, is Gizik there, or is it just me? And
No, yeah, I went with you guys.
Okay.
No, you all stepped into the mist.
Okay. Hey, Gizik, could you seem to be the expert of the arcane and the weird? Can you help explain to me what exactly happened here?
Yes, the mist we walked through seems to have acted as some sort of portal, and now we are somewhere else.
Good, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Gizik, you can make an Arcana check to try to determine more based on what you've just experienced.
All right, so that's a 28.
Ooh, goody gumdrops. You needed at least a 27 to get the most out of this.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, Gizik, you guys were recently in the demi-plane of dreams. And at first glance, as you're looking at the mist, you feel like this mist might be like some of the ethereal plane, which is where the demi-plane of dreams is supposed to be located. But it's weird because normally when you cross into the demi-plane of dreams, you do so with your astral self. Here, you are physically present. There is no astral self, but it almost feels like the ethereal plane is bleeding into reality. Although, good luck explaining that to Morocon. And now we will switch.
I'll stick to my brief, funny answer, and I will know a lot more than Morocon does.
Alrighty, and now, Thora, Odelia, Aelin, and Sister Fadaver. Aelin, you stepped through the portal first, and you stepped through the portal into the pavilion itself. So, Aelin, you come out of this column right here into the pavilion, and there is music and dancing. That circle in the center with the squiggly lines is a maypole, and there are children running in a pattern around the maypole, and young girls that are dancing around the maypole, kind of wrapping it up and decorating it, and they're unwrapping it again. It's like they finished decorating it and they unwrap it again. Everybody comes through, and Odelia, a young man in a very simple kind of homespun cloth outfit comes up to you and shoves a fish in your face and goes, "Hey, you want to buy a fish? Would you like a salted sweet fish?" He shoves it right up into your face.
Oh, bless you. This looks lovely. I'm a wee bit of a loss. How much would it be, darling?
Oh, it's free. I mean, I was worried that it would be wasteful given the scarcity of food after the quake, but Queen Danae commands us to make merry. I mean, I have no doubt she'll provide for us. Funny thing, though, I can't seem to taste the food. Isn't that strange? But here, you want one?
Oh yes, I do love a fish. But tell me more about you. You can't see the taste of food. Is that what you said?
No, I can see it. I mean, it's right here. I made it. I salted it and sugared it myself. I just can't seem to taste it. You know, sometimes when you get the grip and you get stuffy.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Where exactly is here?
Well, it's our town.
And your town is?
Well, these are the Adari lands. Oh, are you a stranger? And then he looks at you kind of like for the first time, looks at your clothing, and goes, "Oh, you're a stranger. Well, you must have come to make an offering." Well, it's right up there. I mean, you can see, and he points to the ziggurat. Queen Danae is accepting offerings. If you're lucky, she might even receive you. But do you want a fish? He shoves the fish up in your face.
Oh, how quaint.
Tell us more about this earthquake that you had.
I'm going to very quickly set the bag down while this is happening and check on
check on unconscious Aelin.
Lavender.
Lavender, excuse me. We're
Do I
gonna be
get
doing that
advantage
again.
for that again? That's not.
Okay. Lavender is out like a light in the bag. So you open the bag of holding. And the way that the bag of holding works is that you concentrate or you think about the item that you want. So you think an Aelin's unconscious head like lolls up the top of the bag. Lavender's head lops up to the bag, Aelin, as you open it, and the kid looks at it and goes, "Ah!" as this head pops up out of the bag. He goes, "You've got a head in the bag!"
Oh no, it's not just a head, it's a whole person.
Don't worry, darling. She's fine.
I'm just going to tip Lavender out of the bag.
Is she snoring?
Definitely. Like loud, obnoxious noise. Like the mouth is closed so you can't tell, so it just sounds like Aelin's making that sound.
Might I have that fish, please?
Okay, sure.
Thank
He
you.
to the fish. He says, "It does feel wasteful after the earthquake, but Queen Danae commands us to make merry." And I mean, she's the one who united the tribes. If she can unite all of the tribes, then I have no doubt that we're fine.
Well, make merry we shall. And she's going to start just slapping Lavender across the face with a fish to try and
Cooked fish. It's gonna like fall apart. Yeah. I get slapped in the face with a fish. I'll take it. It's fine.
Okay, Lavender, you awaken. You awaken to Aelin slapping you with a fish.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
Oh, phenomenal! It's worked.
Okay. Sister Faudever steps out of the portal and looks around, and she looks at Odelia and she says, "Odelia, we don't have time for fish. What are you doing? Where are the fey creatures we chased through here? Did you let them get away?"
Oh, we haven't even seen them since we came through. And then this nice boy wanted to give us a fish. We couldn't be rude.
Oh, that's wonderful, Odelia. That's just wonderful. We're in pursuit of villains, and you're stopping for fish.
Actually, I think I'm getting slapped in the face with the fish.
It woke you up.
Okay, and she's slapping Lavender in the face, and Sister Faudever turns to Thora and goes, "Does that work? Like,
I'm honestly not 100% sure.
It does now.
Is this a nature trick?"
Like to imagine that Lavender's awake and Aelin's still going.
No, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Aelin is still just smiling.
Thora is watching.
It's very
this.
gentle though. It's just a very gentle.
So you're
And-
caressing me with a fish. Is
Yeah.
that what's going on?
You guys watch Thora slowly go. Just on the sides of his head. And he's going to turn to the man who gave Aelin the fish and ask about the queen who united all the clans. He's just gonna ask like so this woman who united all the clans was this, can you tell us a little bit more about this story?
Oh, yeah, I don't know a lot. And he's still looking at Lavender, who came out of a bag and is on the floor being beaten and then creepily caressed with a fish. So, Lavender, by the way, you're wet. You wake up wet.
Did you catch this
You're
fish
not-
yourself, Aelin? What the heck?
Oh no.
Yes, you were the bait.
Okay. So
I only just saved you from devils, so thank you. I suppose. You're welcome.
I'm glad you had a good time. How did I end up on the floor covered being slapped by a fish? Wait, no, Thora, sorry, were you talking to a young boy while I'm lying on the floor being caressed by a fish?
At that, he will like give a hand to help Lavender up.
okay,
Thank you.
the young man, he looks like he's maybe 15 or so. He looks at Thora and Lavender on the floor. He goes, well, you guys are newcomers. I think you should talk to Dunlach. He's kind of one of the elders. He's one of the tribal leaders. I think maybe you should talk to him. And he runs off and grabs the gentleman who's up at the base of the ziggurat, just kind of chatting with a few other gentlemen. And he drags kind of a middle-aged older man with a little bit of a longer beard, not short trimmed like mine, but a little bit longer, and brown hair, and also simple wool spun clothing. And he comes up and he says, well, strangers, welcome to the celebration, to the ascension of Queen Danae Mctierney. Have you come to make an offering?
Lavender is peeling pieces of like wet propaganda for Vestara off her clothes. And it looks at him and goes, for the queen who's ascending?
Okay, so Sister Fadaver says, well, I think you must be confused. The Adari Republic doesn't have a queen. We haven't had queens in hundreds of years. So the man looks at her and he frowns and he says, listen, good wife. And she looks up and she's like, good wife? I've never been touched by a man in my life. Can you believe?
Yes,
And
well,
she looks
that's
and she
obvious.
she looks at Aelin. She looks at Aelin with thankfully, like, thank you. Like it was a compliment.
No woman.
Right over. Yeah.
Oof.
So she looks up and she's like, queen? What queen? And he says, listen, if you're here in our lands, then you are subject to our queen as well. Now, I think if you're here for visitation, you should probably go speak to the queen. She'll want to receive any dignitaries from other nations, wherever you come. I mean, I certainly don't recognize your style of dress, but we're very grateful to Queen Danae Mctierney.
Can I make a history check on this queen?
You absolutely can.
It's not good, but I'll try. 17.
Okay. There was a queen in these lands somewhere nearby named Queen Danae Mctierney. You know that she was real, but it was hundreds of years ago. Like you just basically recall hearing an old story about a queen that used to rule over lands somewhere in the Republic.
Okay. Thora will share that around, but try and make sure that it's just within the party that, oh no, I'm pretty sure we're in the past.
Okay. Lavender, I would like you to make a knowledge arcana check with greater advantage.
Okay. No, I won't. I'm gonna roll it off my desk. Okay, well, frick. That's a 3.
You get to roll
advantage is-
twice.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's a 14. That's better. Knowledge Arcana.
Yep, it's Arcana.
Arcana. Okay. All right. There we go. Arcana is 14. That's not what I have plus in Arcana. I'm sorry.
Your Arcana is you have a plus 14. Lavender.
Jeez.
Well, you are a priestess of the goddess of good magic.
D&D 4e, everyone. D&D 4e.
So
wow.
That was
Lavender,
unexpected.
something around you is wrong. In the Golden Tower, which is Vahara's temple in Menor Iden, the Psy Masters trained you to not only identify altered states of consciousness, but how to manipulate them. You were spelled into the demiplane of dreams, you've been subjected to illusions, and you've had delusions projected into your subconsciousness, all for the purpose of training you to use logic to find your way through situations that might mess with your ability to reason. So amidst all of the gaiety of the celebration around you, you could swear that you were caught up in one of these tests right now. There is something unreal about everything around you.
Okay. And I heard the boy say he can't taste the food, right?
Yeah.
Does it smell like fish? Can I grab the fish
It
and have a
does.
smell? It smells like fish.
Yeah. Well, you could smell it too when Aelin was seeing you with it, and then when she was creepily caressing you with it.
So now I smell like it. Okay, even better. I'm perfumed up.
Actually, you don't.
What? Okay.
You don't smell like fish, even though she was wiping it on you. You can smell the fish, but it's not lingering on you.
Aelin, come here.
Yes.
Take the fish and slap her on the face with it.
Okay, you slap me on the face with it.
Yeah. But like thoughtfully. I'm like deep in thought. I'm like, hang on. I slap and then does she smell like fish now?
Are you gonna sniff her after slapping her with the fish?
Yeah.
Okay. Aelin, Lavender comes up and sniffs you after fish slapping you. And she does not smell like fish.
No, it's okay.
Smell like fish.
It's okay, guys. It's for science.
Now,
This is
Lavender,
perfectly normal.
you would take this as a sign that whatever construct has been built, it's not perfect. Obviously, there are details in this construct, like the smell of fish rubbing off, that have not been planned into this construct, whatever it is.
Huh.
They didn't think that far ahead.
They didn't think anyone would slap someone with a fish.
They
You
didn't.
didn't think that
I
hard.
didn't think.
Caleb,
I didn't.
That's not normal behavior. You do know that, don't you?
It's all right.
Fish.
Look, we do this all the time.
Oh,
Well,
right.
Well,
All right. Lavender excuse me, Sister Father turns to Thora and she says, I've tried to be tolerant of other people's beliefs when we all signed up for this, but this is a little odd. What is it? Fishomancy?
no. Oh wait, I can't hear.
He
Okay.
he responds with a very quick, I honestly am not 100% sure what's happening right now.
I believe that what's happening is that something magical is afoot. It would appear that the fish is not actually rubbing its scent off on people. So
Okay. Gizik, you were kind of stepping forward. Gizik, you step forward and you're heading towards the ziggurat. And Gizik, you walk up and catch sight of Lavender slapping Aelin with a fish.
All right, I clap, like applause. It just
Okay, so Aelin, you get hit with a fish, and you're trying to explain that the smell is not coming, and then you see Clapter and Gizik, Lachlan, and Duriel, and Morokhan all walk up the main street towards the ziggurat with you. They're now in the pavilion with you.
Gladys
I
still deep in
immediately
thought.
Run out and stand in front of the rest because I don't know these people and they look sketchy. I am defensive stance immediately.
Odelia,
All right,
stand
so-
down. It's just the musketeers.
Who are you?
Do they recognize Anduriel, or is he so different now?
Isn't that up to you?
Well, he does look different, yes.
He
So they
doesn't
probably
glitter.
don't recognize him. Yeah.
You got a
See,
haircut.
Another imperfection in the
There's no
construct.
hair.
Look at Anduriel. He looks
Okay.
like
I don't have
Yeah,
pale
coffee.
skin anymore. I don't have apparently my hair got shorter when I got changed, so there's that.
Something is clearly wrong. This is a complete downgrade in his appearance. What's happened to you?
He's better
Jenny
now.
creative after picture.
He went for the shorter lifespan.
How did you all get here?
I could ask the same for
I'm
you.
so glad you asked. Sister Faudever
Ugh.
jumps in. Well, she says,
I slap
Aelin
her
just
with the fish?
recklessly ran through a portal, and we all came after her, chasing some evil fake. Oh, and this is Odelia. She lost her temper. It was very ugly.
I'm
I must-
slapping Sister Fudderbear with the fish now.
Wait, you ran through a portal, Aelin? An unknown portal?
Pleased to meet you. I
Hello.
reach out my hand to Odelia.
Oh, and she was late.
Hello.
Excuse me, I was not the one.
I think she's talking about Odelia. You turning up late is normal.
That's why we didn't.
I was actually early. I turned up in the tavern early. Thank you very much.
Hey, we're looking for a mirror here. It's pretty important.
Of course you are.
Anduriel made a deal with Anduriel made a deal with the Piper. He's no longer a vampire. Good news, everybody.
Hi.
Well, that's
Okay.
disappointing.
I pick up
Tell me about
Anduriel
it.
and I pick up Anduriel and I'm like showing him around to everyone. Look, see,
I come up and
see?
inspect him. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, I see that.
The
Everybody,
graphics are so much better.
stop.
hang on. I try and spread his lips apart. I can't see the teeth anymore. That's wow.
Stop.
Did you clean them?
And Duriel backs away. Dragon, I swear if you touch me one more time, I'm going to sink the Leviathan's tooth so far down your throat, you'll be... I'm sorry. I've got to keep my cool. I'm new Anduriel. Please don't pick me up anymore. Please don't touch me. Everyone else, shut up. We have a voice for a reason. Let the voice
Sounds weird
speak.
coming.
There's the old Anduriel.
The city is under serious threat. It's great
Are
that you're
we-
here, but
Are we currently in Horta?
well,
don't
we're
think
beneath
so.
Horta.
This is
Aelin,
beneath
as
Horta.
you look around, Aelin, you realize there's no way this could be Horta. The buildings around you are far too simple. They're very simple stone structures that look like they've been built by methods of construction of fitting stones together that haven't been used in years.
All right. We we went beneath Horta, but we're not in Horta. Somehow we ended up on the ethereal plane, I think.
Well, regardless, we should be not dallying because we need to find the solar incendiator. Do I have to explain it to you lot as well?
I would like
solvent
everybody to make a perception check, please. Everybody.
Perception.
26.
Ooh.
22.
Hey, I said it first.
Natural 20.
So is that a
What's our
21
natural
then?
20. 26 for me.
It's a
Very
19.
nice. Okay,
14.
Aelin, you spot the Thora. You're looking at bugs in the ground again.
Yep.
And strangely enough, Thora, there are no bugs anywhere.
I don't like this.
There are no insects anywhere. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And also, yet another clue: something is not right. Aelin, you spot the solar incendiator immediately as you look around. It is right above you. Now, all those of you who rolled higher, who rolled a 25 or higher, which would be Aelin and Moralcon, I believe, and Gizik and Enduriel. No, you got a 22,
Well,
right?
no, I
got
rolled
a
a
26.
natural. I rolled a natural 20, but I have no bonus, so it's just 20.
Okay. So with a natural 20, though, that's an automatic success. You catch
Okay.
sight, Aelin, of the solar incendiator. It is that sphere, that kind of artificial sun that is glowing high above the ziggurat at the top of the cavern. But when you look closely, you could swear that you saw a woman with a serpent's tail for a body and a mane of rainbow feathers and angel wings of rainbow feathers as well. You catch sight of her, and that allows you to make a knowledge religion check to identify what she is.
Sounds like something Sabella would draw.
I, as a player, think I know what this is, but
I think you do too.
This is
Yeah.
just Aelin, right?
that was knowledge
Everybody
religion.
who rolled, it's religion. Everybody who rolled a 25 on their perception check.
Okay.
That would be
A 22 for me on religion.
Okay.
Me as well.
22.
Okay. So that's high enough. You only needed a 20. Within this object that Aelin identifies as the solar incendiator is a Lilland. They are celestials. They are creatures of the upper planes. They're actually the bards of the upper planes.
I love them
And
so much.
this critter, Aelin, is trapped in the solar incendiator, and you know from your studies that it is feeding off of her. The light that is being produced is celestial light, like from her body, that's being siphoned off of her immortal energy. As long as she is within there, it will continue to shine like this for hundreds of years, possibly, maybe longer.
Do I recognize this? Is this the same creature that I've been seeing in my visions?
Nope, nothing like it at all.
Okay.
In that case,
Lachlan, you identified the same thing. It's a Lilland. They're the bards of the upper planes.
We need to
They're-
get
they're-
that thing out of here.
They're
Aelin
chaotic
is-
good creatures.
Aelin is rushing towards the solar incendiator.
Well, it's high in the air above the
it's-
cavern, so
Is it above where the ziggurat is?
it is above the ziggurat, hanging in the air at the top of the cavern.
Can we? Are we on top of the ziggurat at the moment? Or
Not yet. No, you're still in the middle.
gonna start climbing that thing?
Could it be
Okay,
reached
so-
if we were to climb the top of it?
No, most likely not unless you could fly somehow.
What if we toss somebody up?
Well, Odelia
Yes,
is
can I-
small enough. You think if you got like a a whole whirling thing, you might have a chance of throwing her into it. But the cavern ceiling is probably a good 50 feet above the ziggurat itself. However, 50 feet is only, what is that, 10 squares, Lachlan? Right?
50 feet is 10 squares.
10 squares. There are a number of you who have powers that you could attack it with, if you so chose to. However, in any case, Aelin, you start heading up the stairs. At the base of the ziggurat is just a mass of treasure. It is a mess of gold coins and little stone idols with gemstones carved into them. There's some golden thread there. There are some candles that look like they've been constructed with diamond dust. I mean, it's quite the treasure trove at the base of the ziggurat that you kind of have to step through and over to make your way there.
Just going to wade through it.
Okay,
Or-
are the rest of you following her, or are you still staring, or you want to slap each other with some more fish?
I'll follow.
Anduriel is definitely not following.
Okay.
He's-
Anduriel, what do you want to do?
Well, he's looking around. What is going on here? What are we so excited about? What is happening?
Okay, Anduriel, you see that there are a bunch of girls and little kids, both young maidens and little kids. They're in that circle in the center with the squiggly lines coming off. they're kind of wrapping up a maypole, and then they're unwrapping it again so that they can do the dance again and wrap it up again, like over and over and over. There are people all over the place talking. You could walk up to any one of them that you wanted to and talk to them if you wanted.
Well, is anybody else near me, or did did Lachlan go after Aelin? Lachlan,
No,
did you go
but
after Aelin?
I don't know who followed Aelin. Let me know.
Just me. Well,
Lavender and Lachlan.
Lavender did as well.
Sister Potiver is following Lachlan.
I started to go until Anduriel was asking questions, and I'll turn around and tell him that there's a Lilland up there in that light. A celestial being should not belong in a place like this.
Well, what about the mirror? What about what we're supposed to be doing?
Well, my guess is it's somewhere within the ziggurat. So in this direction, I suppose we go.
Well, Anduriel, you can see Aelin is stepping through piles of treasure at the base of the ziggurat. The mirror could be there, it occurs to you.
Well, he's going to turn to Odelia. And who is this? Hello, new person. I've never met you before, so obviously our group trusts you implicitly, and we're all on the same team. We're all great. Who are you?
I'm also on the council. I was just a wee bit late to the whole selection thing and everything, but I'm part of the team. I don't know who you are either, but my name's Odelia. I'm very happy to be here, I think, but this is all very strange.
Have you been traveling with these people?
Just for a couple of days. I honestly don't know what's going on, hardly at all.
All right, perfect.
I've been in
You'll
one
fit
mess
right in.
after another. Since I got here.
Well, I'm Anduriel. I've been with this group since its inception, where we saved some burning person.
Are you the one that used to be a vampire?
Yes,
he was, and he's not anymore. Isn't it great?
The dragon is super
That
excited.
does seem like a
I'm like 10 feet away, just hollering back at this point, like, isn't it great?
It does seem very positive.
Well, we're happy to have you along. I suppose we should follow the group. If the voice of the council gets himself killed because we're standing here and he's over there, it's probably not a good thing. So I'm going to go.
Which one is that? Which one's in charge?
He's the one up there that talks a lot.
Oh, well, I suppose that would be his job, wouldn't it?
Okay, Lachlan, the whole way up there, Sister Fotiver is tattling on Odelia. She's telling you she was late again, that she doesn't know what you're going to do because Odelia wasn't there when we competed for the title of voice. So she's not psychically linked to you the way the rest of us. And she lost her temper. She goes into great detail about how Odelia repeatedly harpooned some thug in a bar after Thora got angry at the tea. And she's leaving out all kinds of details, like left and right. And Aelin ran through the portal. Aelin's the reason we're all here. And not that she's not glad to see you, but Aelin did run through that portal.
Can I hear any of this?
Not unless you followed along and you guys had stopped. Aelin's like halfway up the ziggurat now, and Sister Fotiver and Lachlan are behind her.
All right, well, I'm back with Anduriel, so that's all right. What I don't know won't hurt me.
That gentleman who was talking to you, Dunlach, the one that the young man brought over, he has just kind of slowly been backing away from all of you. And really, Anduriel, he's like making a pointed attempt to not notice you. Like he doesn't want to know you're there.
Anduriel?
Yeah.
And the big golden dragon standing next to me?
He's trying not to notice him. He's pulling one of these. Like he's like a 40-year-old man, 45-year-old man, and he's pulling one of these. Like, I don't see you. You're not here.
Oh.
Can I
That's suspicious.
ask? You said the people in the celebration are just doing the maypole and undoing it again. Does it seem like they're on some kind of a loop, or are they doing it and undoing it? Or is it just like
make an insight check, Odelia?
24.
Okay, there is something not right about the way that they are going around this maypole. They seem like they're having a good time, and there's laughter, and it seems genuine, but it's like it doesn't last. Like they're desperate to keep it going or something. And they're not stuck on a loop. It's just like as they come to the end of finishing decorating the maypole, they all kind of get this panicky look on their face, and they quickly go back around and unravel it so they can do it again. And then they start smiling again, like, oh, like it's a relief that they can be absorbed in the task.
Can I see anyone else as we're going up? Are there any other activities that are happening the same way or anything?
Yeah, there are people who are standing next to food stalls on the side. So these little stalls that you see right here, Odelia, on the side, people are selling sweetbreads, or not selling. It looks like they're just giving them away. And then there's salted sweet fish and other things. There are people carrying baskets of flowers that they're decorating with. I mean, there's all kinds of people. You can walk up to anybody you want. You just tell me what kind of person you want to walk up to. There's all kinds of humanity.
Is there anyone else who looks like a fisherman? Are there any other fish people?
There are, as a matter of fact. There is an older gentleman who looks, he's got what do you call it? Help me, cooking, an apron. He's got like one of those white aprons a fishmonger might wear. And he's got fish kind of all around him in, a little stand area. And he looks to be, probably at least in his early 40s. And he's just kind of standing there, smiling at people, handing out fish to some young people who are carrying them around for people to have.
All right.
Walk up to the fisherman?
I'm going to just duck out from the group real quick and run over and talk to him.
Okay.
I say, hello, my name's Odelia. I am a cleric of Moirys. And I look to see if he has any spark of recognition.
He looks at you and is like, a cleric of who? A what?
Oh, Moirys.
Do you want a fish?
Oh, yes, I always want a fish. But Moirys is the goddess of fishermen, and all sorts of...
No, she's not.
You've never heard of Moirys?
Oh, I've never heard of Moirys.
Oh.
Who's Moirys?
Well,
is she some spirit?
Oh, I'd love to tell you about her later, but I actually have a question. Everyone's been talking about this earthquake. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, there are very few buildings that were left standing. I can't believe our town was spared. It must be because of Queen Danae Mctierney. It must have been her power that preserved us during the earthquake. I mean, everything was falling around. It was horrible, but we don't have to worry about it. Let's not even talk about it. Let's not even think about it. It's like the earthquake didn't happen here. And in fact, maybe, I don't know. Let's not think about that. Do you want to fish?
I do. It's lovely. And my other one got a bit destroyed.
So much caressing.
He hands you another fish wrapped in some leaves. He's like, please enjoy it. I smoked them myself. My children salted and sweetened them.
It sounds lovely. And I take a bite. Can I taste it?
You can taste it. It's delicious.
Oh, this is lovely. Thank you. Can you taste it? I heard the other boy saying he couldn't taste it.
As a matter of fact, I can't taste it. I don't know what like we get.
How long has that been going on?
You know what? I have preparations that I have to make for the celebration. I think you're gonna have to excuse me.
Oh,
and he starts, Odelia, he starts moaning. He starts moaning and making like and starts just making this ailing sound, and then he walks through the wall of one of the buildings.
Like it's immaterial.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's not right. That's not
right. She's so wise. What's your wisdom score?
I don't even know. I'm not even sure.
Okay. Well, I don't think we need to check it. Odelia showed great with that's not right. All right. So Aelin, you have reached the top.
Catch up with someone who seems Anduriel seems like he's a smart fellow. So I'm going to run and catch up with him and just tell him what happened.
Okay, Anduriel, you watched this happen, and you are more than welcome to make a religion check.
Okie dokie. 24.
Okay, you are surrounded by undead. And not just undead. These aren't like skeletons or zombies. They're incorporeal undead. You've sensed the presence of specters before. You've been in their presence. These creatures are some kind of specter or wraith. And you've felt that energy before. You've actually probably fought the creatures like that before on rare occasions. But you feel death's natural order has somehow been warped. These people are shadows of whoever they were, but somehow they are not behaving like normal specters.
Am I close enough to Lachlan to use the mind link, or is he too far away?
No, Lachlan and Aelin are almost to the top of the ziggurat by now.
So they're too far away. Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to run to catch up, which you can.
Well, he'll just kind of look over. Oh no, this isn't good. We need to go now. We need to run. And do not accept any more food. Don't accept anything from these things. They're not alive. They're wraiths.
But it was very good fish.
You do belong in this group, don't you? All right.
Okay, Aelin, you reach the top, and you see at the top of the ziggurat in a stone chair is Queen Danae Mctierney. And it's very interesting. The queen looks like a spring morning that has been captured in mortal form. She has honey gold hair and flawless suntanned skin. She wears a green dress of pressed silk that hugs a very muscular body. And as you approach, she stands up from this stone chair with such effortless movement and grace. And you feel power emanating off of her. Like it's as though as she steps up, everything, like all of nature, the whole world orients itself around her. And you walk up there and she says, "Fair morn, newcomers. Have you come to present an offering to me? 'Tis only fitting I have a hoard worthy of my seat herein. Have you come to add to my hoard?"
Aelin sort of notices her as she's trying to figure out how to free this Leland or destroy the insidiator, and just yes, hi, hello. Not now. Now's not the best time. Let's continue this conversation later.
So you've not come to make an offering. Well, have you come to dwell with us?
I'm sorry, who are you?
I am Queen Danae Mctierney, and this is my city. You'd be more than welcome to dwell with us. You'd be welcome to stay for as long as you like. We welcome all those who are refugees from the quake.
Keep going, Aelin.
Have you come
I'll
to
distract her.
stay?
No, I've come to stop things from going to hell in a handbasket, actually. Let's continue this later.
Oh. All right, she looks at you and she says, "Well, I've already done that." And she gestures up to the solar insidiator and she says, "Horrible," she says, "horrible. Some fallen celestial came to make mischief, but I've trapped her. 'Twas she who caused the earthquake. Horrid Leland, wretched Yoshabel was her name. But I've trapped her. She'll cause no more mischief here."
Lilans are not... They are not creatures of evil. They are celestials. They are makers of merriment and music and life.
Have you ne'er heard of a fallen angel? Not all celestials maintain their lofty perch. But come, why don't we find you a bed for the night? You can rest here, you can stay, and you can be refreshed on your journey. Perhaps we can talk a little bit about the
No, thank you.
All right. And she says, well, if you're not here to help and you're not here to make an offering, perhaps you would like to venture out on my behalf, bring back a treasure. I'd be more than willing to reward you for bringing back one of the treasures from among the ruins.
And why
Have you seen a
exactly
mirror?
are you after?
All right. Lachlan, you say, have you seen a mirror? And her hand goes to her belt like she was clawing for the precious.
All right, let me see what I can do here.
Okay, you're like, have you seen a mirror? And she's like, and she looks up at you and she says, I don't think we're getting off on the right foot here. I am the queen. These are my lands. You are here as guests from some foreign land. Let me make you comfortable and perhaps we can come to some kind of arrangement. Let me find a place for you to stay for the night.
Can I try
You
and
can do
read her
anything you want.
thoughts?
You don't have mind reading, but you could speak to her in her thoughts.
Right, I don't. Sorry. Yeah, I will.
Okay.
And
I'll let you make an Arcana check if you want to speak to her and maybe see if you can get a read off of her.
Yeah. Okay. Arcana check. That is definitely the skill that I have up and I'm ready to look at. But every time I roll it off the deck. Okay, that's a 19 that I rolled. And
Okay.
my Arcana is a plus 14, as we learned before.
Yeah, you have enormous amounts of magical knowledge. All right, so that being the case, you what do you say to her to try to provoke a reaction?
Are you stable in your reign, my queen?
If you're getting slapped in the face by a fish.
Yeah, but I don't smell like fish, so nobody needs to know.
Okay. Are you stable in your reign?
Yeah.
She responds to you, and you get the distinct impression with the check that you made that the mind that is coming back at you is some kind of a beast. It's not humanoid at all. In fact, you get the impression of some kind of ravenous beast. Like, you think maybe she'd be just as happy to get a gift from you as eat you. And she responds in your head back to you, and she says, telepathy, how quaint. Were you hoping to startle me, dear?
Not at all, my queen.
Well,
just to
at least you
understand
know
you.
how to use the proper title. These are my lands, and your friends are being quite rude, particularly your friend with the horns. If you are here and you wish to stay here, that means that you wish to join my subjects. Now, I'm very protective of my people. They've been through enough. Okay, Anduriel, you've caught up by now. If you and Odelia were coming up the ziggurat, you've caught up by now.
I want to ask. I need to ask you. I rolled a 19 plus 8, so a 27 on my history check. So do I know?
Okay.
I recognize who she is in terms of her name and that she's extinct.
You know a lot more than that, Lachlan, because you know some of the secrets of your religion. Queen Danae Mctierney was one of Sindel's lost mortal incarnation when she was cursed. She came to power in the Adari lands hundreds of years before the Republic was founded and covenanted with Vestera. As Queen Danae grew in power and influence, as always happened, the Forgotten Gods cast her down by sending a huge earthquake that buried the old Adari kingdom and slew her, whereupon they cast her into another incarnation and forced her to start anew. But no one else knows that but you. This is one of the secrets of your religion.
Okay, then I want to ask her, My queen, that do you recognize the name Sindel?
Okay. She looks up at you and she says, I may have heard that name before, although I don't see how it bears any great weight here. We have a lovely home here. Can't you see what we have here is beautiful and worth preserving? Don't you want to stay?
So because I've now experienced
John's
two horrible dreams, my natural conclusion is going to be that I'm in a dream because she can't be who she says she is. So can I, like, I don't know, pinch Aelin, or try and wake myself up, or see if I can figure out what's going on here?
If you think you're in a dream, you could try to make an Arcana or a Religion check to alter something in the dream. Lavender, you could attempt the same thing with greater advantage.
Yeah, I will.
I got a 21.
What do you want to alter?
I got a natural 20.
Oh, snap. Okay. All right. So the two of you have kind of had it, like with the fuzzy wuzzy here. And what do you want to mess with? Or what would you like to peel reality away?
I want to peel away. If she really has this mirror, I want to zap it right into my hand.
Okay.
Oh,
so
zap.
You are able to basically brush the dream stuff away, but you can't affect the mirror because the mirror is real. The mirror is attached to her belt, and as you kind of brush the dream stuff away, you see beneath the mirror are green scales. Lavender, what would you like to affect?
Yeah, I was going to take away her humanoid form.
Okay. You take away her humanoid form, Lavender, and she begins to grow in size and stature to a point where the rest of you are knocked backwards down the ziggurat. You tear down the mist around here. The ziggurat itself is far more ruined than she had covered it up with dream stuff or ethereal matter to appear. So you guys go tumbling and tripping down the ziggurat as Queen Danae Mctierney roars and takes the form of an enormous green dragon.
Whoops.
Well, that explains the horde then.
Well,
Do we all see it, or just Aelin?
You what?
We all see that?
Everyone sees it. The people
I think it'd
down
be hard to
in
miss.
It's a bit hard to miss. So the people down in the pavilion, they scream, but not in fear. They scream because the delusion has been torn away. And so they scream and their forms kind of melt as the delusion morphs away, and they are shadows of themselves. They look the same, but they're ethereal and skeletal as well. Like they have holes in like Pirates of the Caribbean, kind of creepy, except they're ethereal and ghostly. And they scream as her visage is torn away. And many of them, like most of them, they flee out to the outer edges. They flee into the ruins. They flee into the mist that they're chasing the mist away. It's terrible. And the dragon roars at you as you all go tumbling down this ziggurat and goes, "You dare to interrupt my dream, insects! Now your only future will be everlasting nightmares!" And roll for initiative, please.
Oh boy.
Alrighty.
Oh,
I'm going to die.
It's just a dragon.
Yeah, just a dragon. It's 2020, y'all.
I rolled a 7.
Let me use a different one to be 1 second here. Lavender poked the dragon. Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't exactly expecting a dragon.
Yeah,
well,
me neither.
What's the game called?
Did you try slapping her with the fish?
Called, Moth?
I'm telling you, you should have slapped her with the fish.
You're right. I should have slapped her with the fish. I understand.
It's not called Dungeons and
Fish.
Dungeons and Fish. Okay, tell me what you got. John, what'd you get?
Got a great idea for a new game.
6
Hundreds
total.
of fish.
Jeez. Okay, Thora, 6. Odelia, what'd you get?
14.
14. Very nice. And Ariel, what'd you get?
I got 15.
Ooh, okay. Alrighty. Lachlan, what'd you get?
25.
Well, Gizik, there's one person behind you this time. Lavender, what'd you get?
19. Hey, woke dragon. I'm gonna
Okay.
hit it.
All right. Well, it looks like, well, let's see what the dragon gets here. All right.
Oh,
4.
That is a 20. So, Lavender, you will be going right after Mr. Dragon.
Are you sure the dragon needs a turn?
and I got a 21.
Ooh, very nice, Aelin. And Aelin got herself a 21. Ryan, your cohorts will go all on the same turn. Would you like to roll them and take the average of their initiative bonus?
Sure.
Saith what?
24.
Oh, crapper. Okay. Okay. Well, first things first, everyone, you go tumbling down the hill. Whether or not you are able to make an acrobatics or athletics check will determine whether or not you can choose what square you would like to descend into. So, everybody, you need at least a 15 to be able to control whether or not you wind up in your square, and you'll need a 20 to not be prone.
21.
I'm fine. Just rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
Don't care.
Morocon, what square would you like to be in on rows 2 or 3?
Row
Lavender,
2 or
what square would you
3?
like to be in on row 2 or 3? What square would you like to be in?
I'll row 3.
Not natural,
Okay,
but
and
I
what-
got a 20.
Oh, very good. What letter would you like to be on? Row 3 and what letter?
Good question. So row 3.
Yep.
J.
All right, so Aelin is going to be right in the center on J3.
Can I take K then?
Yep. All right, Lavender will be right next to Aelin in K3. You're both standing. Morocon?
L2.
Morocon will be in L2. All right, and
Also
Briel,
made my-
did you?
I made my check, so I'm in 03.
Lachlan will be in O3.
And just so that's all covered in stuff, right? On the
There's
paper.
treasure. It's difficult terrain. There's treasure everywhere.
So Lachlan is 03.
Lachlan is O3. Odelia, did you make an athletics or acrobatics check?
Oh no. No, I think
Okay.
I'm off the map somewhere. Flat out.
Okay.
It's
All right.
all the map.
Odelia goes tumbling down and stops on 1K prone.
I am trained in acrobatics, so I have a plus 11, and I got a 12
Okay. A 12 total.
total. I rolled a 1.
Okay. Anduriel,
I was like, oh, this is gonna
you
be
you go tumbling down and you land right next to Odelia in L1, and you are prone. Thora?
I rolled a 5 plus 5, so 10.
Okay, so you go tumbling down and you land in, we're going to put you in J2, Thora.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, is that everyone? Gizik?
Odelia, where are you at?
Yeah, I rolled a 30.
Ooh, all right, Gizik.
Wow.
Gizik, you may
Gizik is
choose
fine.
from 2, 3, or 4, and any letter that you would like.
Let's do 4 Charlie.
All right, Gizik will be 4C. All right,
Gizik,
Gizik
save
is
it
in
for
4C.
battle, man.
All right, is that everyone? Did I miss anybody? We got Thor.
Yeah, where's Sabella?
Sabella is not here.
Sabella's in Marokan's coat.
You're gonna really wish that she was here. but-
Surprise!
Boom!
All right, now because Odelia and Anduriel and Thora all wound up where they are and prone, what I picture is everybody went tumbling down. Like Odelia was like jumping from rock to rock, and Anduriel stumbled and grabbed her leg, and she went down. And then Thora like tumbled over top of them and rolled past. And it's very, very painful. So
The whole
Thora,
while the Yaki Sax song is playing. Oh
yeah.
Meanwhile,
Thora
Gizik's flying around
Anduriel-
like
Thora, Anduriel, and Odelia, you all take 8 points of falling damage.
Well,
Yay.
All right, it is back up to the top. Mr. Lachlan, you rolled first, my friend. What would you like to do?
Sister Fought of Air.
Oh, thank you, Sister Faudever. No, she rolled like a 25 athletics check. So Sister Faudever is going to wind up in square. We're gonna put her in G3.
I'm sure she landed looking very smug.
She may have lectured Odelia on how she fell on the way down.
Like, while she's falling.
You're doing it wrong.
you jumped late.
Just walked next to her the entire time.
Something like that, yeah. Okay.
You roll Sister
Anyway.
Faudever for initiative.
No, I did not. And yes, she would like to have initiative. And where is her character sheet?
Stick her right in the middle so she can heal us every round.
Yeah, considering we're fighting a dragon, I don't want anyone not to be here.
She got a 16. So she's going to go right before Anduriel. And I just wrote Anduriel twice.
Where are the villains?
That's simply too much, Anduriel.
That I agree.
One is enough already.
Especially when he's not even a vampire anymore. It's so like disappointing. Anyway,
So
that's up to you. I imagined that they hid somewhere in the pavilion behind the mist or somewhere, but it's entirely up to you where they are.
So what if they're in those booths at the back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I will let's just place them all in the
in that back booth.
That back booth on the right, yeah.
Okay. All right, Lachlan, my friend, you are up first.
Where's the dragon?
The dragon is at the top of the ziggurat, 10 squares up. Like 10 squares up that ramp, which is rubble and difficult terrain.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with virtue and get myself some temporary hit points. So he stands up, draws
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy.
Yeah, he holds up his sword and lets it bathe in rosy light and get him some temporary hit points. And then he starts a song, and he looks down and or looks across and sees Anduriel, Odelia, and Thora on their butts. Anduriel's closest to him, so he begins to sing the Fallen Dragon, some lovely battle hymn of dragon slaying, and just very inspiring to Anduriel.
Okay, Anduriel, you have bardic inspiration.
And then
what does that do?
You get to add one. What is it? 1d8.
1d6.
1d6 to any roll that you would like to after you have rolled it.
Nice.
And shucks, I guess I'm just gonna whack her with a staggering note. So
okay.
And it'll be woven into the song. So as I'm singing about the dragon, and I get to this this crescendo up to "and the dragon fell," and let it resonate with arcane energy. That's a 16 plus 12 against will, so 28 against will.
That is a hit.
So she's gonna take 8 thunder damage and be pushed back 3 squares.
Oh, she loves you. Okay. Right, so she's sitting at the top of the ziggurat. You push her back 3 squares, and she's kind of hanging over the back edge of the ziggurat. At least half of her is.
Is she large or huge?
She's large. She's a big girl. Or as Moth says, she's large. L-O-R-G. Yeah. Okay. All right. Is
she thick?
She's thick. She's a big girl.
2 C's?
And then some. Yeah.
Like
What's that?
Five
Like
5 C's.
5 C's.
5 C's. Yeah. She's
Damn.
She's not light at all. She looks like if she rolled over Odelia, you would have a Odelia jelly. So it is now the evil Fae's turn. Where do they pop out from, Lachlan?
Okay,
Oh,
so
fantastic.
Oh, Fae.
we're gonna start with Tabitha.
Okay.
So Tabitha comes out into, and we'll move into square 20L.
Okay, Tabitha is in 20L.
Her again.
She's gonna have to double move, so she's gonna move to square L14.
Okay.
And is there a tree nearby by chance?
There's a
Not
maple.
Not a real one.
Okay.
It's a freaking cavern. There's no trees down here.
Well, so Shonda, her deceptive veil cast aside, comes out full dryad, like nasty looking dark dryad. She comes busting out, and she's going to move to square N14.
Okay.
And a couple
M or
of squares.
N?
And then Ardain. Ardain is going to he's going to have to double move as well. So he's gonna come and stand right between the two females in square M14.
Okay.
And then
Excuse me.
Where's Sister Faudever?
Sister Faudever is in square G3, behind the pillar. They can't even see her. Leave her alone.
Well, just making sure.
Wait, we've already
Why
got
are they
a dragon.
going for
How many
Sister
more bad
Faudever
guys
again?
do we need here? We got a dragon. We're good.
No, he's going to use his action point and cast Nightmare Invasion on Aelin and Lavender.
Oh.
So he's got that shepherd's crook, and he just lowers it like this, and tendrils of purple energy come shooting out of it. It's against will, so 19 against Lavender's will, and an 18 against Aelin's will. Either of those a hit?
I'm checking. I think my will's a 19 now.
It is.
Perfect.
So miss that. Lavender, what's your will?
My will power is 19.
So he got you, unless there's some way for you to block that.
I believe I have denied the witch. Is that what I have?
Hey.
Yeah, I know.
I think she's making crap up.
I might be.
I would like to formally accuse her of BS.
Do you know where that's from? That's from Warhammer. I'm so
I
sorry.
was gonna say that's a Warhammer reference.
Yeah, I was about to mention that too.
There's some bleed over in this game.
So she's gonna take 16 points of psychic damage and be pushed back 1.
Okay, I deserve that. That's fair.
Lavender, does telekinetic screen let you block that?
My new power? My goodness. It would certainly be handy if we were all prepared and had looked at these things.
No, it's actually called a Space Marine.
You
that will
mentally
come in
project a
and,
thin layer of force. The attack's damage is reduced by 10 plus your wisdom modifier, which is plus 0. I don't think so.
Okay.
It would just And,
Well,
and
it's up to you
it,
whether
only
or not.
occur-
Yeah.
it only occurs when it's a critical hit, though. So I don't think that's critical, is it? Not a crit.
Nope, sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
So
That was pretty
it don't-
critical.
Yeah.
And I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it works. So I'll take that. That was how many points? Sorry, 16.
16. Yep. So that purple tendril penetrates, and you are overcome with. It's like you're surrounded with bats and crows and nasty things swirling around you, biting at your face. Only they're all in your head.
Okay, that sounds like me.
Okay. Well, that's a bunch of evil fake critters. All right, now it is Aylin's turn.
All right. So which square is this dragon in now?
The dragon is 10 squares away, now 13 squares away from you because Lachlan pushed it back.
God damn it. What was my spade? 6. Great. Okay. I can surely do something with that.
The dragon is off the map, though, right?
The dragon is 10 squares up off the map. That is
Yeah.
correct.
Up?
Okay.
Yep.
Flying?
No, it's on the other side of the top of the ziggurat. Half of its butt is, and its tail is hanging over the top.
Okay.
So from you, it is a full 14 squares away right now.
Ugh,
Way to go, Lachlan. Push that dragon away.
Lachlan!
And you're in difficult terrain now, Aylin, because you're stuck in the treasure.
So that's what that shadow is.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that. Oh, great.
You can move 3 squares, and then you'll be within range of a lot of powers. You could also get out of the treasure and it's ready in action. I mean, you can do it. There are Fae behind you too. You can do whatever you want.
Are you prone?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
So, how close are the Fae?
They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 squares away. So with one move, you could be within range of the Fae for all your powers.
Not for a burst 3, though.
Is it a close burst 3 or a burst
Close.
3 within? Yeah, burst 3 would be around you.
Yeah, that's... Okay, I'm going to get out of the treasure.
Okay.
And move towards the dragon.
All right. So you can move 3 squares in the difficult terrain. Actually, no, you can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can be technically 4 squares up and within range of hitting the dragon with your powers. You're off the map, but that's fine.
With the ranged 5 hit. Oh, no, wait.
From where you are right
Sorry,
now?
I'm looking at the wrong thing. A range 10 would hit, though.
Yep, you can hit it with anything range 10 that you have. Okay. Aylin goes climbing through the treasure, like knocking goblets out of the way, and goes charging up, snapping at Lachlan for knocking the dragon back on her way up the ziggurat.
Foolish boy. Guess I'll have to do this myself.
Let her solo. Aylin's gonna tank the dragon, everybody. Woo!
Get it, girl.
We support you.
What I was going to do, I can't now. Thank you.
Sending prayers your way.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Hey, that's meaningful from this group.
It very much is.
That's true.
Sorry, I've got my prayers turned to holiday mode.
There we go.
All right. And she's going to start casting her hands towards the dragon in patterns and then pushing them forward to create a fiery bolt.
Okay.
Which is rolling +8. A 22 to hit versus reflex.
Unfortunately, that is a miss. Her reflex is 22 or 24.
Holy crap.
Well, it is a dragon. Is there anything that anybody can do to boost?
I mean,
Here,
there
Aelin.
was something.
Yes, I could.
There was something.
Aelin,
when
you
it
have
first
you have
played.
Dark One's own luck. You could
Oh,
re-roll it.
I could.
Ooh, you have no. You don't have Prime Shot, unfortunately. That's not your.
How
looking
close
for
is it?
powers here. How close is the dragon, or how close is she to hitting? She's 2 away from hitting.
Well, I could take a risk. I'll probably roll a 1, but whoops. Different die, I guess. Let's see. I rolled a 3. I let off a quick prayer to Sigrun, saying, Sigrun, help her aim. And then the goddess influences her.
What does that look like when the goddess influencers, do you think, Gizik?
Well, I'm thinking kind of like a little hip check or something. Just kind of bump into her.
And
magically.
you go launching this bolt of fire up when you feel someone like rudely at the club, you know, like when somebody knocks you out of the way at the club and you're like, oh, and she like somebody like hip checks you and knocks you to the side, but it angles your fire blast and you hit the dragon.
Thank you. Someone useful in this group.
Way to go, Sigrun.
Did she insult Aelin while doing so, or?
Aelin, you do hear a faint voice say, "Move, stupid! You're gonna have to aim better than that if you don't want to die."
Aelin's not the only grumpy pants.
She just chuckles at that. Finally, someone understands. So it does hit.
Yep, it hits.
Fantastic.
Woot.
And this dragon does not have fire resistance.
4, so 8. Ugh. Better not show it. My screen.
I'm sorry, what kind of dragon doesn't have fire resistance? What?
I didn't until I took the feat. Which is
Time
weird.
that doesn't breathe fire.
Okay, so the result of the 3d6 is 14, then it's plus 7.
Oh.
21.
So 21 fire damage.
Ow. Okay.
Does it have anything adjacent to it?
Unfortunately, it does not.
Oh, that's all right.
All right. Way to go, Aelin. Okay, so Aelin, you get hip checked and launch this fire, and the dragon is like slamming its claws, climbing back over the ziggurat. You can tell it's like coming for you guys, and it looks like it breathes like and starts intaking air, and Aelin's like, no. Like, you launch this flame right up into the dragon's face, and it just spurts out a little bit of green smoke. And it coughs a little bit and like holds up his hands as your fire descends over it, and it shrieks a little bit. Anything else you would like to do on your turn, Aelin?
In that case, I am now going to
Turn invisible.
use the shadow of the black cloak.
Okay. Very nice. All right, so
Lady
Aelin, you're invisible.
Darkspell, I might need some help hiding from this one.
All right. So she pisses off the dragon and then cuts it, and Aelin vanishes in a swirl of her black cloak.
She pisses off the dragon, then pisses off.
Yes, exactly. All of the above. Okay. And that would be Aelin's move, minor, and standard. And now it would be the dragon's turn. Well, the dragon is really, really not happy with that. And what did not happy dragons do to people, everybody?
They breathe on them.
They breathe on them. So,
Can't
the
see
dragon.
me.
And this one has really bad breath.
Give them presents.
You can call me
All right.
John Cena because you can't see me.
Okay, this
Please.
dragon cannot see you, and it is going to fly over you all 12 squares. And the dragon is going to... It is going to hover 5 squares above Odelia and Duriel, Thora, and Morocon. So the dragon is 5 squares above all of you, and it is flying above you. You can feel the air from the beating of its wings pressing down on you, and it goes... and it blows out this foul cloud of poisonous gas over all of you. And green poisonous gas fills the area. And Aelin, unfortunately, you are still there, so it still will hit you, possibly. So we will start with this nasty, nasty dragon's breath. Plus 13 versus fortitude. Lachlan, what's your fortitude?
Am I in the area?
You are in the area. It's flying right above you.
I'm in 03. I thought you said it was flying over.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry. Did you move? Who is in K3? Lavender? That's Lavender.
Yeah.
My bad. Hey, Lav, what's your fortitude, sis?
19.
And that's a hit. Aelin, what's your fortitude, sis?
17, but I'm currently seeing if there's anything I can do for that. I don't know.
Well, that's an 8. Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong. It still has a -5 to hit her because she's invisible, right?
No, not with an area spell.
That's what I was afraid of. All right, Aelin, that, my sister, is a 26 versus your fortitude, unless you can do something about that, which is a hit. Thora, that is a 16 versus your fortitude.
That does not hit.
Oh,
congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Does Lavender have a ranged basic attack?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Lavender hasn't had a turn yet.
Morocon, it misses you with a 15 versus your fortitude.
Whoo! I'm going to use
Odelia. Okay, you're going to interrupt?
I'm going to use Prescient Warning on Lavender, which will allow her to make a basic attack against the enemy, and if she hits it, she's going to deal an extra 1d8, and it'll take a penalty to the attack roll against her. So Lachlan looks over and he says, Lavender, look out!
And I don't look out, but I get the benefit. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's going to hit me, but because it hits me, it means I can do stuff if I want.
That's true.
Is it within 10
I do not
squares
see.
now?
I do not see a power that Lavender has that's a ranged basic attack, unfortunately.
Mind lock?
Does that say?
It says it's ranged.
Ranged. It's ranged.
I think
but it's
that
not
is
a ranged basic.
Okay.
Basic.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, the power has to say it's a ranged basic attack. She does not have one, unfortunately.
Man, we need like a ranger or sorcerer or something. Someone that has a ranged basic.
You've got 2 warlocks. Give them a minute.
Oh yeah, warlocks can do that too.
Wait, because
Wait, who's the other warlock?
me.
Say Aelin is.
Yeah, sorry, our warlock. I don't know if any of Anduriel's powers say ranged basic attack, but I don't know.
I do have a ranged basic.
Oh, really? And what is it?
It just says ranged basic.
No, it has to be a specific power. That's just giving you your attack bonus in case you had one.
That's a 1d6 is what that is.
So So Aelin can use Eldritch Blast?
She doesn't have Eldritch Blast. She has Infernal Wrath.
So she doesn't have a ranged basic attack power?
No, I just looked through everyone's character sheets.
Well,
on your character sheet, it says ranged basic attack, but it's just giving you the bonus in case you had one. You don't have a power that does that. The power itself would have to say ranged basic attack. This power can be used as a ranged basic attack. So, like, for instance, if you read on Eldritch Blast,
in using my power to give them warning, I just say watch out, but it does nothing to help them.
Okay, good job.
Thanks,
Let's go,
Lachlan.
Lachlan. Thanks for slowing us down. No, we're fine. And Odelia, I think, had I rolled to attack you yet, Odelia?
No, you had not.
Okay.
But also, I'm resistant to poison. So
Fantastic.
I don't know how that works in 4E.
You if you have poison resistance, you will ignore 5 of the damage that this nasty is about to breathe on you. So
I'm hoping you'll roll low anyway.
I'm hoping I will too, but I probably won't. And Morocon, did I roll for you?
Yeah, you got a 15 against my fortitude, and that misses.
Oh, that's right. So
I'm
Miss
going to
Morocon,
CTPS.
Miss
Does that
Thora.
count?
I would love to tell you yes, but I would be lying.
I'm going to use Infernal Wrath now.
Okay. So Odelia and Lavender and Aelin and
Well, you didn't. Did you roll against me?
I did. He hit you, unfortunately,
did
with
you
a
get?
26
Oh,
versus
yeah.
your fortitude.
I hesitate to say this. I don't think you rolled against Anduriel.
Oh, Anduriel, that's a 15 versus your fortitude.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's everyone. Aelin, Anduriel,
I sure
Odelia,
hope
Thora,
so. Holy
Morocon,
cow.
and Lavender. That is 11 points of poison damage, and the target is slowed. So, Odelia, you would only take 6 points of poison damage. However, you are all slowed, save ends.
We're all slowed?
Those of you who were hit by the attack, yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. And
Time
the dragon
trade.
breathes out and looks up over you, and it decides that it's going to get particularly nasty since you're just all clumped right there in a joyful way. And it uses its first action point and casts the Acid Mire spell.
Its first action point?
Its first action point it uses.
Suck.
And let's see. Aelin, Lavender, Anduriel. It is going to... Yes, you can use Infernal Wrath, Aelin. Go for it.
Thank you. I was just waiting. I was like, please.
Yep, you can use it before he uses his action point. Burn him.
Yep, I'll be doing that. Shit, how much is it? 1d6 plus 4 now.
Yep.
And I'm going to use Ferocious Rebuke if that's okay.
You can use anything you want to.
I think that sounds great.
Oh, nice. That'll be 10 fire damage. And I'm going to... She's really harnessing that anger right now and is going to push the target 1 square.
All right. So you push it up, Aelin, or do you want to push it back?
Push it back.
All right. So Aelin pushes it back. It is now hanging over Anduriel and Lavender, not over Thora and Morocon. So 6 squares up in the air over you two. And it's going to cast Acid Mire on you. So this dragon begins to chant or to just speak words in Draconic, and it kind of just chants, and then all of a sudden the treasure beneath you turns to acid, and it gets to attack you all again. So Acid Mire, 13 Fortitude versus Aelin. Oh!
What Fortitude? What was that?
That's a natural 20.
Oh. Okay. Okay, did not back it up, though, with a 3. So, congratulations, Aelin, by the skin of your chinny chin. It did not back it up. Okay, so that's a hit on Aelin. And Lavender, that's a 29 versus your Fortitude, which is also a hit.
You know, I think that hits.
How much damage did we
Thora?
actually take the previous attack?
11.
11, okay.
Yes. Thora, that's 27 versus your Fortitude.
Yeah.
Fortitude, not Fortitude. Morocon, that's
Nice.
a 24 versus your Fortitude.
Oh, jeez.
Well.
Anduriel, that is a 29. And Odelia, that is a 21 versus your Fortitude. Does that hit?
Oh my gosh.
Am I still resistant to this kind of poison?
This is acid, not
Acid is
poison
different.
damage.
All right. It was worth a try.
It was. You all take 11 plus 5. You take 16 points of acid damage.
Oh, come on.
Taking
And
far too much pleasure in this.
All of the squares underneath you are now burning with acid. You've got to get off, or it's going to get ugly.
Well, that works. We're prone and slowed.
Okay, Anduriel. Anduriel kind of
It is a dragon.
And Dario has this weird look come across his face, and all of a sudden he calls upon Kaifon. Kaifon, Dream Whisperer, move me out of harm's way. And all of a sudden he teleports 2 squares.
What?
Good move. All right, where are you going, Anduriel?
I'm gonna go to 01.
Okay.
And he's just like,
Anduriel. All
what
right, Anduriel
the
moves into
crap?
square 01.
Oh, one.
You have moved out of the acid, Anduriel. I congratulate you.
And then it reduces the damage by half. But he's just going, what was that?
Okay,
What the-
Lavender, sister, it is your turn.
Yeah, Lavender is more than bloodied.
Okay.
She is going to face step.
You take
Ouch.
5 points of acid damage first because you started your turn in the acid.
Oh, cripes. Okay, yeah, no, I face step out immediately.
Okay. Where you
I
going?
was in Charlie, do you mind? I was
You were in K3.
K3, thank you.
Yep.
I don't want to be there anymore.
I'm sorry if I'm not enjoying the pain I'm inflicting here.
I'm gonna move
No,
to
you're not.
J1. Is that out of the acid?
Yeah. No, actually.
No. I move out of the acid. I didn't quite catch where it was. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You want to move out of the acid? Do you want to go up the
please.
ziggurat or down the ziggurat away from the treasure?
Down. Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right,
That's
so
where my hit
Lavender,
points are going, so.
we're gonna put you in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna put you behind the pillar in 8F, Lavender.
8F. Okay, and then I'm immediately going to restore vitality on myself
Good move.
because I'm on 1 hit point.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Okay.
Save me.
Oh,
That is restore vitality is a minor action, and Fey step is a move action, so I'm fine.
Okay.
And then I'll do that. I assume that goes through fine. I'll do that after. I'm going to mind lock on the dragon.
Okay. All right.
Because why not? It is my
Okay.
opinion.
Its will is 23, sis.
no.
Okay.
Roll
This is gonna
well.
be fine. This is the time to make your value appear, unicorn dice. Okay? Okay. It rolled a 16. I
Beautiful.
add 8 to that.
So 24, you got him.
Oh, thank
Okay.
goodness.
Did it. I'm fine. That's it.
Okay. Lavender, are you going to augment this bad boy with your power points?
Yeah.
Lavender, we can't hear you. Lulu.
She said totally for sure she's going to.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's
she
She's having a
she
catastrophe
rolled-
right now.
she rolled max damage actually. Like it's all good. So
Like, I'm going to use all my things that I have, and then
300
I'm gonna
points
get
of
the dragon.
damage.
yeah, it's like she rolls like her damage is
Sorry.
like 3d20. So it's
Yes, sorry everyone.
That's the thing.
Charlie pulled out my headset.
That's
Okay.
Charlie attack. There's
Yeah,
a
it was
Charlie
a
attack
Charlie
midstream.
attack.
Tiny
Um,
meow.
They bit my.
Ouch,
That
Charlie. So I augment it with a point.
Okay.
The target cannot shift until the end of your next turn.
Which doesn't make a huge difference because it's in the air, so you might want to save it.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I will do that because an area burst isn't worth it for me either. So it's just a 1d8 plus intelligence modifier. So let me
So that's
roll
all
that.
calculated for you at the top of the power, including your magic items and all that stuff.
Yeah. I just have to roll a d8, I presume. It doesn't
Yep.
calculate that for me.
I just realized I understand Draconic. Did that feel what it
Good.
said?
So when it was casting its spell, it
Yeah,
was
me too.
It was basically just chanting a summons to a pool of acid, summoning acid from the breath of Tiamat's black dragon mouth kind of situation.
So it's a 6 plus 8.
Okay, that's 14 points of psychic damage to poor Mr. Dragon.
And yeah,
or nothing.
Charlie, it
All
does
right.
not taste that good, okay, baby?
She going after your nose again? That's
No, she's going after
delicious.
my headset cords. I'm sorry, everyone. I have a new baby.
Okay.
I'm learning.
Okay, so Lavender, you wake up or you breathe in this gas and you're like, and then your feet are burning. You're like, you're acid, and so you concentrate and shimmer with your fey magic out, teleport over, and then you're like, heal, and then look up in anger and make contact with this beastie's mind again. And what do you make it see that injures it? Fish, just tons of fish slapping it.
No, it's treasure hoard melting.
Oh.
It's not Charlie biting him?
No.
No. So it screams out in Draconics, Aelin, my horde! And you're like, well, you breathed acid on it because you can't tell Lavender is quite in its mind yet. Okay, that is the Lavender, and now it is Sister Faudever. Faudever, who can get into a really good position. Where are you? 1.
She's behind a
2,
pillar.
3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Sister Faudever moves into square K5. Right underneath the dragon. Okay. And she lifts up her holy symbol and shouts, Bestera, grant me the power of the 7 marchers! St. Bridget, St. Charlotte! And she shouts them all out. And each one of you, every time she shouts out the name of a saint, gets to spend a surge plus 8 hit points.
Woo!
Nice.
Ooh.
And with her minor action, we'll use Divine Challenge on the dragon. And so she explodes with pure white healing energy. She hits all of you who are within range and moves, and with her minor action, uses Divine Challenge and shouts up as she draws her greatsword. She's like, you leave them alone, you nasty green worm! And glows with holy power and goes a little bit beep because it's probably going to hit her on her turn. And that is Sister Faudever's turn. And Anduriel, it is now your turn, my friend.
Sister Faudever said worm, but she still spelled it wrong.
She did. Anduriel, you take 5 points of acid damage.
I'm not in the acid.
Oh, you're not.
I teleported.
Sorry, that's right. You teleport away. Good job, Anduriel. All right, Anduriel.
I almost put it down anyways. Like, I probably deserve some acid damage too. All right. So Anduriel's going to he's looking around. He's confused by Kaifon's leap that just happened. Doesn't know what that was. He looks up at the dragon, and in Draconic, he curses the dragon.
Okay.
You foul, worthless worm. Feel my power. And so he's going to then, this is all very strange. Crown of Stars.
Okay.
This is versus, sorry, these are all very new. This is versus Reflex.
Okay. Mr. Dragon's Reflex is 24.
Okay.
Remember, you have Bardic advantage here if you miss.
Okay, that's a 17 on the die. 24 with my Warlock attack bonus.
That's exactly what you needed.
Oh,
so
boy. Okay.
You hit. Don't forget to add your curse damage.
So what happens is, like, these dull blue flames appear around my head, and then I gesture with my hand, and with each gesture, this like pinpoint of light leaps into like a halo of choking smoke, and that all goes towards the foe, the dragon there.
Okay.
And it is blinded until the end of the end of my next turn. Let me roll the damage.
Alrighty.
That is 18 plus 1 die 6. 24 points of damage.
And the dragon is blinded, you say?
Target is blinded until the end of my next turn.
All right.
Nice.
I don't think it's going to like that. Okay, so Anduriel, you curse it, and then you launch this stream of smoke and light that goes striking it, and it roars and screams. At first, it was bellowing at Aelin, who burned it. Then it bellowed at Sister Faudever, and then it bellowed, and then it's screaming. It's being hit from all sides now. And the dragon roars in response and hisses out draconic swear words that the two of you understand.
I'd like to use my move action to move to R4 as well.
Okay.
Going around
I
the
think
treasure.
half the party understands draconic, don't we?
It looks like it.
I think Thora does too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened.
We should all
Okay.
speak draconic just to make everyone else feel bad.
Okay. That is Andoria. Okay, Odelia, sister, it is your turn. Odelia, you take 5 points of acid damage.
Okay. I am prone and slowed. Is it even possible for me to get out of the acid pool?
If you waste, well, you have two options, Odelia. You can crawl out of the acid pool. When you crawl, you move half your speed, and when you're slow, you move half your speed. So you could move 1 square crawling, but if you crawl up the ziggurat with your move action, you'll be out of the acid. You're only 1 square away from being out of it.
Okay, that's what I'd like to do then.
All right,
So
Odelia, you crawl up into...
I'll be off the map, but so like K-1, yeah?
K0, yeah. Odelia
K0.
is in K0. She crawls on her hands and knees, burning like, hot, hot, hot.
Okay, I don't like this at all. And I really don't like that this dragon is just decimating my party. But she's very high up still, right?
Yeah, the dragon is diagonally is 6, 7, 8 squares away from you at this point.
Okay, so if I have a power that's that is a blast 3 that calls down water, but I couldn't use that, right? Or since the water
you could, but
above,
you could use it, but you wouldn't be able to reach the dragon. Unfortunately, it's 5 squares too far away from you.
if I called down all that water, would it wash away the acid?
You think that it probably would if you call that power. If you use your watery blast, you'll wash all the acid down to Sister Faudever.
She won't mind. She's fine. All right.
She's an understanding sort.
I crawl up the one stair until I'm out of the acid, and I look up and I just raise my arms and I call out to Moiras, and I just bring down a wall of water to wash away this acid pool.
Okay. Are you channeling divinity or using buffeting wave?
No, I'm using buffeting wave.
Okay. You blast the water down past Thora, Morokhan, and Aelin, and a rush of acid-filled water slams into Sister Faudever.
Sorry!
She sees it coming. She's like, ah!
Save 3, hurt
however-
1. It's for the greater good.
It is for
Yeah.
the greater good.
And Duriel's like, I like the new girl.
All right, yeah, you
wonderful.
pushed it, the whole area, you push it just past Aelin. So Aelin, it is on the other side of you, and Sister Faudever gets doused in watery acid. Oh my gosh.
Water down now. It's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's diluted acid, so
It's a blast 3, so it's a lot of water.
Thora, Morokhan, and Aelin, you are all wet now. you're sopping, soaked with water, but it's only the lower half of you.
Invest in some kind of poncho situation for all of you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm prone. I'm prone, so it was like a full drenching. I'm okay with it though. I don't really care.
Thora took a bath.
Okay. Odelia
Probably
does
needed it.
manage to save a lot of you hit point problems, so that's a good deal. All right, you still have a minor action, Odelia, if you would like to use.
I would like to. How's everybody on hit points? Should I use my healing word or should I save that?
I'd save
Well,
it.
I don't know how far down everyone is. It sounds like the two of them are good.
Sister Fadaver put me back up to full health with that healing spell. So
I'll wait with that one then. I'll be done.
Although you might want to save it for Sister Fadaver, though.
Yeah. Okay. Odelia, you realize you're never going.
He's never going to like me anyway. It's too late for that.
Okay. Odelia, you could use your blessed spell if you wanted to. Just letting you know.
Is that a minor action?
It is a minor action for you to use your blessed spell if you choose to.
I don't see it. Oh, here, there it is now. Minor action, daily. Oh, okay. Then I'll use that for my minor action then.
Okay.
And I'm
all right. Does it manifest as a gentle rain?
It is. It's a nice gentle rain, which also will help to wash away the acid, of course. But
okay.
it's barely even noticeable after this wall of water has come down. So I just shout out, here's a little blessing from Moirys for all of you. Take heart. We can do this.
A wee boosty.
No more.
It's a wee boosty.
That's another wee boosty.
Mercy.
All right. So Odelia lifts up her hands and a comforting, spring shower just lightly falls down, but you all feel stronger for it, and everyone gets a +1 to all of their attacks now for the rest of the fight.
Nice. Oh, nice.
That's going to help. Okay, that is Odelia. Gizik, my friend, it is your turn.
I don't know who you are, little one, but that was awesome.
So is the dragon still hovering above everybody?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm going to bewitch the dragon. Or fail to try to... All right, that's a 12 versus will.
Okay, that is not going to bewitch the dragon, unfortunately. It does not fall under your power. However, the dragon is now blinded, which means that you get a +2 to your attacks against it.
Oh, so it was a 14 then.
You use your +1.
15, actually, because
15,
because of the
thank you.
+1. Still
not good enough.
No, probably not good enough. All right. I will risk. All right, I'm going to try bewitching slumber on the dragon.
All right, get it.
Nice.
All right, so then that is a 28.
That is a hit.
30 if you count the 2 from being blinded. Okay.
Hit.
So, let's roll the damage on this. It's 12 damage. 12 psychic damage. Slow save ends. And if it fails to save, it will be unconscious.
Okay. So what does that look like, Gizik, when you hit this thing with your spell?
Like magic.
Okay. So Gizik frantically, I picture him cast this spell, lifts his hands up, and then energy kind of like strikes the dragon full in the head, and it's like it tries to roar, and kind of a yawn comes out, and then it's like it's struggling to flap its wings and keep itself in the hovering position, and it can't see, so it's like it's in a bad way. Poor dragon. And
I think
do you want to move, Gizik?
I think the words to that spell are "Rockabye Baby" on the treetops, and he just starts to sing it in a lulling.
In a very.
That seems a little too nice.
That's a lovely visual. I'm sure Sigrun loves that. Where are you moving to, Gizik? Where are you at?
I'm sure Sigrun would.
I'm not moving. I'll stay where I'm at in C4.
Okay. All right. Gizik stays in C4. Thora, my friend, you've been patient. It is your turn. You do not take 5 points of acid damage because Sister Fadaver does.
But you are wet.
Yeah.
You are wet.
Thora will stand up from being prone. And from where he's at, he is going to use I just got this ability, might as well shoot it off. Wall of Thorns. So an 8 square wall within 10 squares of me. And I'm going to make it from N6 to, and I think I did my math right here, to G13.
Right.
That line is
right here to G13. Are you going diagonal with this bad boy?
Yeah. To try and block the 3 coming at us from the back as much as I can.
How many squares? 8? 8, you say?
Yeah. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then he'll use his movement to stand up, and then with his
you cut them off completely.
Yeah. I've been staring at this map going, how can I do this best? And then for his minor action, he's gonna turn into a swarm of beetles.
Good
Just
move.
little
Okay. All right. Are you gonna stay where you are? Or would you like to? Oh, you stood up already, right?
Yeah, I used my movement to stand.
It seems counterintuitive to stand up and then turn into a swarm of beetles.
I know, but otherwise, if I didn't do it, all the beetles would be on their backs like turtles. They'd be struggling to get back up.
Okay. And some of the okay, so very good. All right, so he casts a spell and conjures up a wall of thorns between those 2 pillars, between the pillar in 14G and the pillar in 05, and basically cuts off the Fae creatures with a nasty little wall of thorns, which I'm sure they do not appreciate. And that brings us to the end of our combat round, and also brings us to the end of our stream for the evening.
Does Morocon not get a turn?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He does not deserve one. Morocon, what did you roll for initiative? I don't have you down here.
I don't remember. It wasn't terribly high. It was like 15 or something.
Okay, well, I don't have you on here, so we'll have you go now after Thora.
Just go now?
Yep, go now.
Okay. So
and you're cooler.
So I don't have any acid on me anymore.
No.
How far away from me is the dragon?
The dragon is 6 squares up and about 5 squares away from you. It's hanging over Sister Faudever.
Okay. So I'm going to activate Blades of Holy Fire as my minor. Okay. So everyone around me and everyone that's within 5 squares of me gets an extra 1d6 of fire damage to whatever they do.
Very nice.
I am going to move.
Where are you?
I'm in L2 for the moment, but I'd like to move up to L1.
Okay.
I would like to pick up Odelia and throw her at the dragon.
I'm ready! Do it!
I'm going to fastball special this.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
I'm so ready.
Picking up Odelia is not a problem at all. So we're just going to have you roll an attack roll against the dragon's AC. The dragon is blinded. So its AC is only 21 right now to you for this attack.
Okay. So it's as if I'm doing a basic.
Yeah, this is more or less a melee basic Odelia attack.
Sweet. Okay. All right, we won. Let's do this. And that is a 22.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, 23 right. Actually, because I have a +1.
All right, Morocon picks up Odelia, and with 2 hands, I imagine, do you say anything to her before you fling her?
All right, little one, you've got a little pointy stick there. Let's use it. And I just basically, I like Joe Montana her, just woo. She does like a spiral, like a football.
All right, Odelia, I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check, please.
Oh, please roll well.
The
Oh.
spiral's fast enough to make the
Trying to
trident
find
look like a
where's
drill bit.
Yes.
Which one is better? Athletics. All right. Oh, please be good. 16.
16 will be more than good enough. Okay.
Yay.
All right, Odelia, you go spiraling through the air. Morocon makes a great shot, and you land on the dragon's neck. And it starts flapping its wings wildly, going nuts. It is now flying clumsily, which affects how it can move and turn, and has an Odelia on its back. And I will put that at the top. Not that I'm going to forget it.
Oh, this is going to
Odelia
be
on
wonderful.
Such
plans now.
It does. Unfortunately, the dragon has a turn before Odelia does. So, Lachlan, you may want to give her some a wee little boosty before she gets thrown off. That's exciting. Okay, and that magnificent turn, Benjamin, brings us to the end of our stream for this evening. Thank you, those of you who have joined us. We like to end on a positive note. We call it Consider This for those of you who might be checking in. So Australia is on fire right now. For those of you who may not know, if you do a Google search, it will bring up a map of Australia, and a huge portion of Australia is suffering terrible bushfires right now. 2 of our cast members are from Australia. We love them very much. They're very good friends, and we very much value their contribution here, and we care about their homeland. Interestingly enough, there were a ton of prayers offered both in, I know, all of our homes, but also all across the United States and Australia and various other countries. And a few days ago, you guys got a beautiful little gout of rainfall, I believe. I know a lot of people would call that a coincidence. I don't call that a coincidence. I call that faith. Now, not everybody believes in prayer, but I think everybody believes in the power of positive thinking. And I know that that changes things for us for the better. So whether you believe in positive thinking or whether you believe in prayer, what you focus on grows. And so that's our thought for the evening. Send good thoughts to Australia. There are plenty of places where you can contribute. Does anybody have a link?
I'm going to add in here, if you're not able to donate any money to either any of the wildlife services or the fire services, then what is really appreciated right now is if you're a crafty person, you can join in with the Australian Wildlife Crafters group, I believe it's called, because they've got an initiative where they are making like joey pouches, things for all the animals which have been displaced by the fires. So if you're unable to help financially, that is a good way to do it. Spreading awareness also helps, because right now positive thinking is helping, but we need action as well.
Yep. Okay.
Especially given our, not to get political, given our government's own inaction on it, I think it's up to us people to step up.
Agreed. And we will try to put in the doobly-doo on the video a number of places where you can financially contribute to be able to provide relief to Australia. It is certainly a worthy cause. So thank you very much. And anybody have anything else to add?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful evening. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys. Thanks.
Night.